Hello everyone, this is Coach Strong and I am making this video to do the When Hot Meets Cold lab demo for you to see. So, in order for you to successfully complete your lab for this week, you are going to need a couple of things. You're going to need your When Hot and Cold Meet Warm lab sheet. Make sure you have a pencil, and you are going to need colors, red and blue. Marker, crayon, colored pencil, pen, whatever you have, make sure you have those. So, to get us started, let me explain what's going to happen. So I've got two baby food jars. One is red, and that is hot water. And then I have one over here that's blue, and that is cold water. What I'm going to do is I'm going to poke holes in the top of the foil that I put on them, and they are sealed with rubber bands. And then I'm going to put them in this tub of room temperature water, and we are going to see what happens. Before I actually do this though, you need to get your lab sheet and answer that first question, which is, what do you predict will happen when the three temperatures meet? So you should write on your paper, I think that when the three temperatures meet, such and such will happen. So pause the video, take a moment to predict, make sure you write in complete sentences, and then when you are done, start playing the video again so you can see what happens. Okay, so at this point you have made your prediction. Depending on where you are, maybe you shared it with somebody sitting next to you. I have gone ahead and poked holes in both the hot and cold water baby food jar foil tops. So you'll notice that the next part of your When Hot and Cold Meets Warm lab sheet asks you to observe, draw, and color a picture of the results. So as you are watching what happens, make sure that you also have a picture so that you can refer back to it when you're having to use this lab sheet later. All right. I'm just going to let this run for a little bit. Try and position it in a place where you can see it best. And now's the time that you start making your observations. So this has been running for, I don't know, a minute now. Look at your paper. You've got some questions that you need to answer. What do you notice happening to the hot water? That's the red. Why do you think that's happening? What do you notice is happening to the blue water? or the cold water, excuse me. Why do you think that's happening? I'm trying to position it in a way that you can see everything, because I know it's kind of far away, but still. I think you can kind of see a distinct difference between the hot water that's red and the cold water that is blue. So you've made your observations. Hopefully at this point you now have a picture in this space. I didn't draw one because I didn't want to give away what happened, but you need to make sure you have that written down. As far as the last three questions, 5, 6, and 7, what are some other examples where hot fluids rise and cold fluids sink? What do you think will eventually happen in the container if the jars are left in for an hour? And what is another way you could demonstrate this process of convection? You can discuss those with your class, or at least I'm speaking to my classes since I am not there with you today. So discuss with your classmates sitting around you, discuss with the entire class. Come up with some answers. When I come back and when we have class together again, we will discuss it. Make sure that you understood what it is that you're seeing here before you have to take your lab quiz. If you are in another class and you have any questions or are confused about anything, make sure you ask your teacher. And I think that we have a pretty good idea of what happens when hot and cold meet warm.